Okay, you guys, so today I filmed this tutorial using some new products. My battery's getting ready to die, and I found out the whole entire time I did this tutorial that testing new products that my mic was off. So, I am going to tell you guys exactly what I all enjoyed using the products first time. The Pat McGrath Glow, definitely yes. The Givenchy Floral Edition Bronzer, it's a go. The NARS Unfiltered one, I use the Cheek Color Exhibit A Balm. You know Tom Ford Intensity 2 Cream Bronzer is life. La Mer Powder, I dusted it on, fabulous. And we're gonna DIOR. This is the eye palette in Cool Matte, I'm enjoying. And then definitely the Pat McGrath Lip Gloss Color in Flesh Fantasy. So those are everything that I love. You guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's tutorial and you're feeling super glam, super luxe, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, first thing we're going to start off with is the YSL blurring primer, and it has gold reflexes in, I believe. So we're just going to buff that into the skin. This is a new product for me. It was 100 Point Perk from Sephora, and I absolutely love the way the finishing touches it made on my my skin after my foundation and my full face of makeup was set. So I did really truly enjoy that. And now we're gonna go in with the DIOR new Backstage Cool Matte 002 Cool Neutrals palette. I end up creating a nice little ombre eye look using the mattes and the shimmers. You guys know from my last thing I used that, and I actually love this palette. The neutrals palette, I'm sorry. It's very similar to the VISEART one I'm showing you now. VISEART I'm using now. I'm just using it just to set my lid, just to give it a more neutral skin tone look before I go in with the actual shades from the DIOR Backstage eye palette. So I'm just setting that down, creating a nice little even base. So we're starting off with the shade, I believe it is Ombre Sculpting Powder. I did use the primer from this palette to set the lid before I went in with the VISEART shadows. And I actually like the primer that it comes with in the palette. It's very similar to the MAC paint pots, just a little bit thinner in formula. But it still has the same consistency, stiffness as well. And I do enjoy that. The matte shades in this palette blend out beautifully, and I really enjoyed it. Overall, I love the look of it. So next we're going in with the matte plum shade to the outer edge of the eye, just to create some dimension and contrast to the eye. You'll see once I go in with the next shade, the matte pink, which is a matte pinkish purple. You'll see I'll go in with that shade. It'll start coming. Of course, you know when you do makeup, you just do it in layers. So a lot of times I'll go in and blend, add more color just to make it more of an opaque color. So that's one of the shimmers. That is the one I'm going to go in the middle, and that is Shimmer Lilac or Shimmer Purple. I believe Shimmer Purple. It's a darker one. And here I am putting the Shimmer Lilac on the beginning of the eyelid to almost the outer edge, middle edge, I'm sorry. Now we're going in with my Tom Ford eyeliner, eye defining pen. You know I love this. It is $60. It is very luxe, high end, but it is so worth it. I've talked about this numerous times. It's definitely a great buy, and you definitely get your money's worth. Now we're going in with the Marc Jacobs black eye gel liner. They're very creamy, but they do stay in all day, and I love it. Some people say it smears. I don't feel like it smears to me. Sometimes you can set it with a black eyeshadow powder. In this case, I did not. I just used in my waterline before I went in with the primer again from the DIOR Backstage palette, and I finished up the under eye. So now we're going in with some falsies. These are mink falsies, and these are going to be in my line on runwayaddicts.com. I have not uploaded. I'm testing some falsies now. In the process of testing some of the best lashes to bring you guys. So if you guys check out Runway Addicts, which you should anyway, I have some of my older products on there I was trying to get rid of. You can also find me on Poshmark. None of my lashes and stuff are going to be on there right now on the site, but I do have some other store items as far as bags and stuff that you can check out on runwayaddicts.com. Go show me some love. Subscribe to my actual channel here, and actually on to the mailing list so you can be notified when the lashes drop. But they're very fluffy and I love them. They're also great on wear and tear, so once you clean them, they still form the shape. They get wispy and I love them. So now we're shaking up the DIOR foundation. You guys know I tried this. This is still fairly new product. This is my second time using it. I am in the shade 4N. The N stands for neutral. It is incompatible with the DIOR Forever foundation, which I am in shade Honey Beige. I think it's 40. As you can see, my face and my neck and my body do not match. My face is a little bit lighter, as it is for most people. But I love the actual foundation. And I did get more coverage with this brush. Last time I used my Artiste brush. But I feel like the way I blend it in better this time opposed using the Beauty Blender. I am going to go with the Beauty Blender over top, but to lay down the foundation and make sure it is penetrated into the skin. I actually love this foundation. I'm loving it more and more because it's light on the face. It doesn't feel heavy. And it's just a beautiful overall foundation. Now my Beauty Blender was already wet, but I just added some Mario Badescu spray to help it blend in a little bit more. Don't mind the under eyes. We're going to cover that in a second. You'll see I'll go in super heavy with the Tarte Shape Tape. What is it? Sharp Tape. Shape Tape. Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And this is in a light medium and it's super light. But I wanted a bright under eye. And of course you see me applying way too much, but it'll blend out. And this is using my Eco Tools sponge, which I actually adore. I love it so very much. Now that that's blended, we're going in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder, Flawless Finish powder. I am in the shade number 2. You know, guys, I love this powder. It sets like a dream. It's so pretty. It is exactly what it says, Flawless Finish. Now we're going in with the Tom Ford Intensity 2 Cream Bronzer. I'm using the Wet n Wild's brush. And yes, it looks super dark, but once you blend it out, it is such an easy blend. If you know how to blend, you can use this product with ease. It's so nice. I love the way, I love the color tone. I love the way it blends out, the creaminess, formula. I love it all. And here we are, just about to blend away. I think out of all the steps that I do, bronzing for me is one of the most fulfilling. I don't know what it is. It just shapes the face. I love skin, so I love the way, you know, it just shapes the face. Bronzer just contours and shapes the face, bronzes up the whole entire face, and you can like create the face shape you want. So if you feel like it's a little too thick, a little wide. You can create by creating shades and lightening up shades. Now I'm using, you see I'm blending out. I put some Shape Tape there because I felt like I went a little too ham with the bronzing, but you can create the lines, create the shapes you want, blend it in, sculpt out a whole new face if you want. Now I'm using the Beauty Bakerie powder. I love this powder as well. It gives me a fullish airbrush finish. I'm just putting some under my eyes. I love a bright under eye. Sometimes I do get a little white cast, and I don't even really care. You know, our white cast is a no-no in the beauty community, but I love a bright under eye. So now that we're finished highlighting, setting that, we're gonna set now with the Givenchy limited edition. I'm not sure if this is still available because I did buy it a while ago, and I have used it a few times, but I never really used it on camera. So basically, I'm just setting the Tom Ford cream bronzer. This is a beautiful brown tone. Brown tone, duh. It's a contour shade, Shelly. But basically, it's a beautiful sculpting powder, a beautiful bronzer, and I love it. Now that we bronze, it's time to go in with some blush. I was going to use the Anastasia blush palette, but I was feeling more on the NARS tip, just because I had just watched Wayne Goss's Summer Faves, and he used that reddish blush that he said was one of his faves, and I've never used it before. I didn't even realize I had it in that, but it's an unfiltered palette as well if you have that, and I believe it's unfiltered too. I'll leave all the descriptions below, but it is a red shade, but if you go in lightly, it gives you a beautiful tone. It has like a little shimmer in it, but it's so runway for me. It's so pretty. I didn't even care if I go ham because I go in ham with blush and bronzer. I have a heavy hand, so it just looks so editorial to me, and I just loved it. Oh, I love the shade. It's so beautiful. Perfect for summer. He was absolutely right. Now that I know that I'm in love with that blush, I'll probably be using it all summer. But next, we're going to move on to, I think we're just going to set the whole entire face. Let's see what we're using. So this is the MAC Skin Finish powders. I love them. I am in the shade medium tan, so I'm just dusting away all the extra powder. And I had to switch a brush because I needed a more fluffier brush. This is the It Cosmetics brush. And it kind of tones down the heaviness. So anytime you feel like you go ham, like I just did, I will be relayering it again. But if you feel like that, you could tone it down with just an overall skin finish blush or just a powder, full face powder. And you see I'm going to add a little bit of that blush shade. Again, I'm trying to give you the full color in and out of the light. And of course I packed it right back on because I was obsessed. Using my Mario Badescu, I'm just taking away a lot of the powder that's settled into my skin, and we're going to go in with highlighter. Now you guys know I'm a big fan of Pat McGrath. She came out with a new highlighter. I couldn't even decide which one I wanted to use. This is a re-release with different packaging. I never got the original package. Sorry, new original highlighters. These are original highlighters. Got them the second go around in the new packaging, and as you can see, they go on bomb. I fell in love. One side I did the gold, and then the other side I did the pinkish tone. Switch brushes, same brush, just to have two of them of the Morphe 310 fan brush. I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I comboed both of them. You'll see it here. As you can see, I am packing on this highlighter. It is stunning. Oh my gosh, even in person, it's just mind-blowing. I'm so excited. I get so excited, especially with products that you spend your hard-earned money on and that deliver. I love high-end luxury makeup that delivers. Now we're going into the corner of the eyes, and we're going to do rehighlight that and the brow bone. I wanted to douse my whole entire face in this thing. It was just amazing. Now we're going to go back with the Anastasia brow gel just to get all the powder that fell into my brows out. I did do my brows before getting on camera, and I used the Anastasia, what is it, pomade in dark brown, and I use NYX brow pencil. But you'll see I'll go in using the Sonia Kashuk eyeliner brush that I love, and I go back in to get that. Right now we're just doing La Mer powder. That is the powder. I never used it on camera before. This is probably like my third time using it. And it is finely milled. I put way too much on there. But as you can see, it tones it down. Just a light covering. And it is flawless powder. I don't use it as often because it is pricey. And I do have a lot of powders, but that is one of my faves. Spraying again with the Mario Badescu spray. Getting rid of all the excess powders. Now we're moving into lips. And this is going to be the last new product that I use, and it is the Pat McGrath and Flesh Fantasy. It's her new glosses. I only purchased one because I wanted to see what the formula was like. Not that she was going to disappoint, but you know, they don't have testers, so I wanted to see. This one actually was, I didn't do any lip liner. This is actually my lip color tone, and I actually love and enjoy it. It is so pretty. It is super thick in formula, and it gives the opacity, but you can still see my lips as well. So it gives a little color, and I absolutely love it. So just adding in some final touches. I'm just going back in with this dip brow after the brow gel set. Just give it a little bit finishing touches, darken it up a little bit since I put the gel on and it's set. But I do this step sometimes when I'm finished with my makeup, and I'm just going over every little thing. So this is the final look. It came out so bomb. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Love you guys. Bye.